cannot believe I'm saying this. I am going to Disney World for the first time in 7 years. Let's get packed. Let's get prepped. There's a lot of grounds to cover here, coaster people, so let's get started. Hey y'all, if we haven't met yet, I'm Raven. I post a ton of roller coaster and theme park content, Disney, Universal, Six Flags, the works. So if you're into that stuff, make sure that you follow along for future journeys. But today, we are getting ready for my solo trip out to Universal and Disney. Now, we've got a ton of ground to cover here because I've got quite the itinerary lined up. And just to tell you, this thing is going to be a little chaotic, a little crazy, because I am spending 5 nights and 5 days at Disney and Universal. I'm spending the night at 4 different resorts, and I've got a lot planned. So just kind of giving you a rundown of the video and how all this is going to work. I am going to lay out kind of my day-by-day itinerary, and then I'm going to check back in with you in a couple days once I've booked my lightning lanes. Right now it's like 9 days before I leave, so I can't book those yet. But I will check back in with you when I'm about to book those or when I have just booked those and let you know what lightning lane selections I have. And I'm also going to show you the clothes that I'm bringing because it's a lot different than your standard Disney World trip or Universal trip because it's in February. As you probably know, half of the United States has been snowed and iced in, myself included. And I'm just really excited to escape the ice and the snow that Kentucky has offered me the last couple of weeks and head down to Florida where it will be in the 50s and 60s, so packing will be just a little different. We'll go over all that together. If you don't already know this about me, I love to write stuff down. I've got my notebook right here, and I've written down a little bit of itinerary, things that we're going to do while we're in Universal, Florida, Disney World. I'm sorry, I got distracted. My cat's really cute, and he's right here. Everyone say hi, Tangelo. Anyways, I am leaving Lexington from our airport this time, which means that I am leaving from my town's airport this time, which does mean that I'm going to be going into the other Orlando airport. I'm used to going into MCO, but we are going to be flying into Stanford, and it's going to be leaving here at 9, and I'm probably not going to get there until like 11 p.m. It's about a 2-hour flight from Kentucky to there, and I'm going to book a Lyft or an Uber, whatever's cheaper, whatever's available, and head down to Universal for my first day, which will be at Adventura Hotel. Now, honestly, I booked this because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and there were a lot of cheer competitions that happened over the weekend before I'm going to be getting there, so all the value resorts were booked out, and it was going to be like $300 and some a night to stay on Disney property. And I was like, no, because I've got a Universal Orlando annual pass, and I'm going to be utilizing that to get the cheap room rate. I highly recommend it if you haven't done it already, because I'm staying for like $90 a night. Now, I did book it pretty far in advance, so if you're interested in having a good deal on your vacation, annual pass is something to look into for Universal because it's pretty steep savings. But anyways, I've never stayed at Adventura Hotel before. It's like the equivalent of a Disney moderate, and you know, I think that it'll be a really good time. We don't really have a lot of time to stay at that resort and hang out, but it'll be a nice place to lay my head at least, and that was the cheapest that night, so that's what we booked. Anyways, I'm going to get in super late that night, but, you know, I'm going to prepare in advance. I'm probably going to try to take a nap on Sunday or sleep on the plane or something because bright and early Monday morning, I am going to get on the first bus to go to Islands of Adventure and be ready for early entry so I can grab a ride on Hagrid's and Velocicoaster. I love those two coasters, and I was like, I can't be on Universal property without at least going to ride them for early entry, even if that means that I'm getting to Disney a little bit later than I thought. So I'll just hit up those two coasters. They have a special pass holder entrance, so it's not going to take me too long, hopefully. But, you know, we'll see how it goes, and if I just managed to ride one, it would still be worth it. So there's how my morning's going to go, the super early part of it at least. And then I'm going to go back to Adventura, change into some Disney clothes, and then go to drop my bags off at my first Disney World resort, which is going to be Riviera. Now, this was the thing that totally sparked the rest of this stuff happening, because I was scrolling on David's Vacation Club, you know, the confirmed rentals page, and if you haven't already checked it out, it's a way that you can pretty affordably stay at a deluxe resort for more like moderate or high value prices. So I'm very thankful for the opportunity to stay at these next couple of places thanks to David's Vacation Club. But anyways, I'm staying in a tower studio room, which I think is so intriguing and so cute. It's just going to be me on this trip, if I haven't mentioned that already. I love to do a little solo trip in the winter. But yeah, it's a room that's made for just 2 people, and it's just got like a little pull-down bed. But it's one of the cheapest ways to stay at the Riviera, and I have always dreamed of staying there. It's like got this cute European vibe. They've got a nice coffee shop. They've got some really good quick service, and they've got a character breakfast location, which I probably won't be doing, but we'll see what we get into. So anyways, Riviera. We'll be dropping our stuff off, checking in later, presumably. And then I'm going to be heading to my first park of the trip, which is my first Disney World park of the trip, that is. We're going to be heading over to Epcot for their Festival of the Arts. I'm so excited. If this tells you how long it's been since I've been there, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure was not there, and Frozen Ever After was still pretty new. Moana Journey of Water wasn't there. Test Track 3.0 wasn't a thing. I mean, there's so much of this park to see that I just haven't seen yet. I didn't spend a lot of time in World Showcase because honestly, I was under 21 at that point. And I just had a really great time with my friends in college the last time that we went. We stayed at Art of Animation in a car suite before there was the Skyliner. So, you know, I'll get to take the Skyliner over there and get to experience all these new attractions, and I've never been for Festival of the Arts. It looks awesome. I'm so excited to see what all we get into, all that sort of stuff. I'm going to book out some lightning lanes. Obviously, I'm going to book one for Guardians because that just looks incredible. Awesome little family coaster. And we're just going to have a great night. They have extended evening hours at Epcot that night since it is a Monday night. And we'll be able to stay at the park until like 11 p.m. So we'll probably have a late night. I might go back to the hotel and just have a little chill nap, have a room tour for us while it's still like light out and it's not 11:30 and, you know. But I think it's going to be a great day. I'm really excited to be back at Epcot. It was one of my favorite Disney World parks the last time that I was there. So, Epcot day, hunky-dory. And then Tuesday, I am going to be having a resort day. I'm super excited to be checking out some of the Skyliner resorts. Now, if you've watched my previous video from Veterans Day weekend, we did do a Walt Disney World resort hopping video, me and my boyfriend Andrew, and we checked out a ton of different resorts, and this time I just want to check off a couple of more. So I'm going to go down towards like Caribbean Beach, I think, Art of Animation, Pop Century, and I'm also going to explore the Riviera a little bit more. Probably get into some pin trading because I just started getting into that a couple months ago, as well as maybe some pool time, hot tub time. I don't know. I've loosely got a plan, but it's not like super firm yet. Go have some coffee and some breakfast at Primo Piatto. Maybe go hang out at Bar Riva. I had a really good meal there the last time that we were there. So yeah, it'll be a great time. And then I'm going to check into another resort that night, and that is Disney's Saratoga Springs. I'm super excited for this resort. As a Kentuckian, I love horses. I hope that didn't do anything weird. Anyways, as a Kentuckian, I love horses. I love the horse vibes. Even though they didn't pick the correct spot, they picked Saratoga Springs, New York to base it off of. But, you know, it's going to be a great time. And they have 2 awesome looking feature pools. They have some nice looking quick service food. I think the vibes there are just immaculate. And you can ride a boat, but you can also just walk over from Disney Springs. And I got a preferred studio room. So I'm super excited for that, taking you all along on a room tour and taking you all along on like my pool afternoon, hopefully if it's warm enough, crossing our fingers that it doesn't rain or that it's super cold. But this day too is just going to be kind of a day to relax, enjoy Florida, sit out on a porch, you know, the works. So we're just going to have a nice relaxing day of resort hopping and just kind of hanging out at both the resorts that we're checking in and out of. So Tuesday resort day. And then Wednesday we're getting up bright and early for early entry at Magic Kingdom. And I'm so excited to be back there. Of course, I've been back to Disneyland a couple of times, and I love getting to see their little castle. I go there about once a year to visit my family, and they are Magic key holders, and we have a really great time visiting with them. But it's nice to just get back to Magic Kingdom and see some of the classic attractions that you can't see at Disneyland, you know, like People Mover, Carousel of Progress. I'm so excited to get on Tron because that didn't exist back then. The new hoppin' thing when I went the last time was Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Of course, I'm excited to get back on that, but I love Tiana. She is my favorite princess, and I haven't been since Tiana's Bayou Adventure opened. So I'm really excited to get on that. There are so many things that I'm looking forward to at Magic Kingdom. And one of those is a reservation that I have secured at Beacon Barrel. If you don't already know about this, it is the first place in Magic Kingdom that they have ever served alcohol. And honestly, I'm not usually someone who drinks, but I think that the concept of like a pirate-themed bar right next to Pirates of the Caribbean, just like the parrot animatronic, everything, is going to be so cool, and I can't wait to take y'all along with me. So, you know, we've got what feels like endless amounts of time at Magic Kingdom that day. I think between extended evening hours, early hours, it's all like 14 and a half hours. So we might not spend the whole day there. We might, but we might not. And, you know, could go check out some monorail resorts or some monorail restaurants. And we could also just go back to Saratoga Springs and rest, so we'll see what we get into. The next day is my last park day that I'm going to be doing. I'm sorry for all of you Animal Kingdom loving people. They just have a lot of construction going on right now, like Dinosaurs closed, or will be closed by the time that you're seeing this video and that I'm down there. I'm missing it by like a week. And then, you know, I really wanted to see Zootopia and Pandora, but honestly, I couldn't warrant getting a park hopper ticket just for like those two things. So I decided that I was just going to do a 3-day regular ticket. You already know where I'm going now. So the fourth and final park of the trip is going to be Hollywood Studios. Again, super excited. I haven't been since Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was there. I haven't ridden Rise of the Resistance there. I've ridden it in Disneyland, and it is super awesome. And we're going to get to see Rock and Roller Coaster right before it closes in March for the refurb to be turned into Muppets, which I am super duper excited for. I think that's going to be an awesome attraction, but I am kind of sad to see Aerosmith go. So we've got a lot of fun stuff planned that night, and I'm going to go see some shows like the Villains Ever After show. Villains Happily Ever After. Okay, I can't remember the name of the villain show. You know what I'm talking about. The villain show, the new thing. So we're going to go see the villain show. We're going to go see Frozen, and that's just super fun. Frozen is one of my favorite movies, so super excited for that. And then we'll just see what we get into. I love a little Slinky Dog Dash. I love a little Tower of Terror. So we're going to have a great day at Hollywood Studios. And again, I'll let you know what lightning lanes that we get in a couple days. So there we have it. There's like the park side of things. And then my last day, I do have a late flight out. I leave at like 7 p.m. So I'm going to be checking in Thursday night to my last and final resort of the trip, and that is Coronado Springs. I'm super excited for this, and I got offered an upgrade because I guess that the values were booking up really fast. I got offered a really good upgrade from all-star sports to Coronado, and obviously I took it because, no offense, but I just didn't want to be surrounded by a bunch of loud kids and sports teams, and that's usually what are at that value resort now. If that's the only way that you can afford to do Disney, and I completely understand because that's usually how I am too, then you should go for it. But I just thought that Coronado Springs would be something different that I haven't done before. And yeah, it has a really awesome looking pool. So Friday, I'll wake up at Coronado Springs, and my main objectives of the day are to go to my 2 reservations and then have some time by the pool in the afternoon if the weather's good. So I'm going to be going to the Little Words Project setup at Disney Springs, and I'm going to be making my own bracelet, which I am super duper excited for. I've seen a lot of people doing it recently, and honestly I was like, let's hop on the bandwagon and see what it's all about. So I might spend a little bit of time at Disney Springs that morning before I go make my bracelet. And then we've got a reservation for brunch booked at Olivia's at Old Key West. So that was the first Disney Vacation Club resort, and everyone says that Olivia's is like a sleeper hit for brunch. So we will be the judge of that, won't we? So anyways, we'll head over there, and I've picked out a very brunchy outfit. I'm so excited to show you all my outfits. But then after that, we'll probably do a little bit of pin trading at the resort, maybe hang out at Old Key West, see all the stuff. I think the sandcastle pool looks so adorable. And then we will head back over to Coronado Springs, you know, find our roundabout way over there if we have to take a boat and then a bus and whatever else. So then we'll just spend a few hours at the pool, at the resort, just kind of soaking in that last little bit of Florida. And then we'll head back over to the airport. It does take a little bit longer to get to the Orlando Stanford Airport over the other airport, MCO. But, you know, it was a nice cheap flight, and again, it flew right into my hometown, so that's nice. So I'll be leaving around 7, I'll be getting back around 9 p.m, and it'll be Valentine's Eve, so Andrew will pick me up from the airport, and then we'll get to spend Valentine's Day together on Saturday. And hopefully I'll miss part of the crowds from the weekend where we planned our park days, like in the middle of the week instead of the weekend, but you know, we'll see what we get into, we'll see how big the crowds are. The next thing I'm going to try to do is get us a nice setup for outfits. I don't have like a full-length mirror or any extra jazzy stuff. I'm filming this on my iPhone, by the way. And, you know, we're just going to see if we can get a good view of the outfits that I've picked out. And then I'll go over the rest of my packing list, probably at another point. It looks like the sun's starting to go down, and I don't want the lighting to get weird for y'all. But yeah, everything that I am bringing with me for the most part is either secondhand or from the outlets or from some other place that's on sale. I haven't paid full price for pretty much any Disney merch that I have. I can't say that about a couple of things, but for the most part, that is true. So like this shirt, Things Living in My Head Rent-Free right now, is from Goodwill. And I think I paid like $3 or $4 for it. I think it's super cute. A lot of my t-shirts came from Goodwill, and they're all just like old Disney World shirts. And then these, I got at Bobble and they were the old flower and garden ears from last year, so they were like heavily discounted. They were trying to make way for the New Year's. So there we have it. I'm gonna go through these outfits with you real quick. Okay, so welcome to my messy little remote day look. But anyways, I just wanted to show you all my shoes that I'm bringing. I'm only bringing 2 pairs of shoes. I'm fitting all this stuff into like a carry-on and a personal item. I didn't really want to check a bag because I get nervous doing that anyway because people lose stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying. But if you haven't already gotten into the point in your life where you care about the comfort of your shoes, don't worry, you'll be getting there. Late 20s, early 30s. You'll probably start caring about what's on your feet. So, this first pair is the Asics Gel Excite 11. A lot of people wear them for like running or walking, but I think they're great for Disney parks. They're super cushy, and I just wore out a pair of Gel Excite 10s, so they're going to be perfect for replacing the ones that I have worn to death. So, of course, you want to wear your shoes a lot before you get to Disney. You don't want to be showing up with, like, you know, not worn in shoes, you get blisters, all that stuff. You're probably getting blisters anyway, let's be real. But pick something that's going to be comfy for you. And if you thought those shoes were ridiculous, then you should see these because the bottoms of them just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I feel like I look like a grandma in these, but you know, they're really comfortable. They're the Asics Gel Nimbus 27s, and I've had a pair of 25s and a pair of 26s, but y'all know I go to theme parks a lot, so I wear through my tennis shoes like about every year. So, and honestly, I could probably be replacing them more than that. So there's the two shoes that I'm bringing. Let me go through some accessories too. So I'm just kind of go through some of these accessories real quick, and then we'll get on to the outfits because that's probably what y'all are here for. So I got a lilac colored magic band plus the last time that I was in Disney, and I'm keeping it attached to the charger so I don't lose the charger. Pro tip there. And you know, I got it because I thought it was a cute solid color that would go with a lot of my outfits. I'm a big like pinks and purples girly, and you know, I just figured it would match well. So, bringing that along with me, gonna have it charged, gonna be using it throughout my trip. Might switch out. I don't know what other people do with their watches. What do y'all do? Do you just like take them off for the week, or do you get like the thing that attaches to your watch, or do you just wear both, like double fisting? Tell me what y'all are doing. And then what else I'm going to be bringing is my little pinfolio. This thing fits in a lounge fly really well, and I just thought this was the cutest thing in the hot pink color. If y'all want a pin collection update or whatever, let me know in the comments. I would love to do a video about pins. If you don't already know this, I'm not super knowledgeable about pins. I'm just kind of doing it for funsies, and I just started doing it. So, if you want like a beginner's perspective of pins and pin trading and all that, then let me know below. The next thing that I am bringing is actually one of my few full priced items that I have brought into my Disney life, and that is my Park Bear plushie from Subtle Dust. Isn't he so cute? And it comes in like a little box, like an American Girl doll. Did any of y'all have American Girl dolls? I loved mine. So here he is. He's not like massive, but it is kind of a big bag charm. And it has this little loop right here where you can connect it to your bag and just put it on whatever bag you want. So I'm going to be bringing him with me. Super cute and really excited to have a little Park Bear plushie. And then, of course, I'm going to Universal, as I mentioned, for just like that first little part of the trip. So I'm going to be bringing my Universal lanyard. A lot of people have them and they keep their passes in them. Mine is the pink fluffy unicorns one because she is my favorite. And then I've got my annual pass all ready to go for that Monday that we're doing early entry. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing some bag. Hold on a second. So I've got this bag. I just got it for Christmas and I love it so much from my boyfriend's mom and stepdad. And it is a So Magic Co. And it's very cute and it's massive too. So it's going to be able to fit a ton of stuff in there. And I've got Daisy Duck on the side here. Let me get closer so you can see her. And then I've got this little device that I found at the outlets the other day that you can put your ears in it and it can hold your ears for you if you get a little headache from wearing ears like I do, but you still want to show them off like I do. So there's that. And then I've had this Loungefly for probably 12 years. It's like the cute little retro Pride Mickey look, and it's super cute. I've got the wallet too, but I don't know if I'm going to bring it or if I'm going to be getting a new Loungefly. I have been looking at this one that's in Walt Disney World for quite a while, so I might just be buying it the first day. We'll see. And finally, I'm just going to go over accessories real quick. This is the stuff that I wear every day, just like my standard jewelry, and this little charm bracelet. So it has like Pooh, Dumbo, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, just like a lot of classic characters. But it was like from my first Disney trip when I went to Magic Kingdom when I was like 4. Anyways, here's my everyday jewelry. I just have a pair of like silver hoops. And then I have this pair of rings that I wear every day. And then I usually have some hair ties on my arm, which I will continue doing in the theme parks. But anyways, now you've seen all of my accessories and other stuff like that that I'm taking. Let's get into the outfits, and I'll also just give you like, maybe I'll type up my list. You know, I've got that handwritten list of everything I'm packing, but I'll give you a typed up list just so you can see it for your own reference, your own benefit on what you should be packing in February for Disney. So here's outfit 1. This is what I'm going to be wearing my travel day, or should I say travel night. And I'm probably just going to wear the same thing back because it's not like I'm going to be in it all day, messing it up, whatever. But for my night flight, I'm just wearing like a plain crop t-shirt from Old Navy. I have this pair of American Eagle joggers from like 15 years ago that I just can't get rid of. So I'm wearing them. They look a little silly, but you know what? Everyone looks a little silly at the airport. And then I'm wearing my really thick shoes because I don't think that they're going to be able to fit in my bag super well. And then I'm wearing this cute little Disneyland hoodie that I got my first ever visit there when I went to visit my cousins in LA. And the back has that same graphic, but just like really big. So this is the travel day fit. Super simple, super comfy. I mean, I just want something that I'm gonna kind of be able to lounge around in, read in. All right, so here's the first outfit. I'm really excited for this little transitional outfit that we've got going on Monday because we're starting at Universal, so I wanted something like Universal themed, and then I'm moving into something Disney themed later on in the day. But these pants are like so stretchy and comfy, and I'm wearing my cute little blue new shoes, and they match really well with this Velocicoaster tee. It's got some of the stats on the back. These pants I think were just thrifted. This was from the park. And then if I get cold in the morning, it looks like it's going to be high 50s, low 60s in the morning, so I'm just going to be bringing along my little flannel, and that was just secondhand as well. And then I'm going to be wearing this bag because even though it clashes with the vibes, I like having a fanny pack because it goes around your waist and then you can wear it in the Hagrid's queue and you don't have to worry about getting out of the queue to get a locker and all that. It'll save you a ton of time if you do this instead of bringing a regular bag. Pro tip. So we're going to go enjoy Hagrid's and Velocicoaster and all that has to offer, and then we'll go back to the hotel, change, get ready for our day at Epcot. So let me show you the Epcot fit. So again, we believe in cute but realistic and comfortable outfits. So I've got those same stretchy pants on. They've literally got like an elastic waistband, but they got pockets too. And I've got a shirt that to me screams Riviera and it also screams Epcot, and that is this little Aristocat shirt. I've seen stuff similar to it in the park, but I did get this on sale at Kohl's for like super cheap, like $6 or $7. And then I'm wearing the same shoes that I was earlier, my blue Asics. And I just think it's a vibe. And if I get cold, I've got the perfect sweatshirt for this outfit. It is from that like comfy collection. They keep coming out with it in different colors and styles and whatnot. And they usually come with the pants, but I found this sweatshirt of it, that's the Disneyland version, at the Cincinnati outlets in Ohio. And I only paid like $15 for it. It must have been a color that was coming out of season, out of style. But I don't mind that one bit. I think it's super cute. It's like super comfy and lightweight, so it's perfect for like this weird in between like 50s, 60s weather where you want a layer, but you don't want like something super heavy. So I'm going to be bringing this along with me, and then I've got a pair of ears. I don't really know how else to do this. You know, the setup's a little weird. We're getting there. But this is from Bobble Bar from their sale, like I mentioned, and I think it goes super well with the outfit. It's giving Valentine's week. So, perfect. Also, this will go super well with my So Magic Co. little fanny pack. I'm going to keep wearing that. But I'm also going to be looking for a bag this day, and I might find it, and I might be wearing a Loungefly when you see me. So, stay tuned and we'll see if we can find that Loungefly. All right, honestly, I really love this outfit and I was just kind of throwing something together. But it's going to be a day that it's like, 50s, 60s, but we're still going to be running around places because this is Tuesday's outfit, our resort day. So I've got this super cute shirt that I got from Shocker, the Cincinnati outlets, and it just says Disneyland, and it is oversized, so I just like kind of tucked it in. But I got it for $3, guys. I mean, insane, because original, like full price was 50 or something. So it's just plain on the back, but the front has all the little Disneyland emblem. And then I've got this cute little skirt from Old Navy. It does have shorts underneath and it's got like a little pocket. And then I haven't really decided if I'm wearing my blue shoes or my black ones. I have my black ones on now, but I think either one would really complement the look because of this top. And then in terms of ears, I'm thinking about wearing these. I have 4 ears. I consider that to be like a fairly normal person amount of ears, but I am just wearing my set from the Vera Bradley collection. Whenever they went on sale, I went and got them. So these are super cute. I think they're pretty comfortable, and especially if we're going to be walking around a bunch, doing a bunch of resort hopping and stuff, then I want to be comfortable. So here's my outfit for Tuesday. Let's move on to Wednesdays. All right, y'all already know that I am so pumped for my Magic Kingdom day, but I am so excited for this fit too. It's gonna be super comfortable, guys. I've just got like my Old Navy leggings on. Got them new, had to get them a size up. I could care about like, oh no, I'm wearing a size large legging. Or I could just be like, I'm buying the clothes. That's what I did. But anyways, nice new pair of Old Navy leggings. And then I have this kind of oversized shirt from Disneyland for their 70th anniversary. I got it the last time that we were there, whenever we went for the holiday season. So if you want to see some shorts about that, head on over to Instagram or YouTube and you can do just that. But anyways, I haven't really decided which shoes that I'm wearing yet. But I assume that for a 14.5-hour park day, I'm going to be wanting the comfiest ones that I own, which are those black Asics. And then I thought that these ears matched pretty well, and they are just the discontinued pairs that got sent to the outlets again. If it gets a little cold that day, I'm going to put back on that pink sweatshirt that I showed you earlier, the one that's like the Disneyland Mickey. And yeah, there's my Magic Kingdom outfit. Let's look at my Hollywood Studios outfit for Thursday. Here is my outfit for Hollywood Studios. I love this look, and it's all thrifted. This I got at Knoxville Area Rescue Ministries, Carm. If you are familiar with the East Tennessee area, you need to get down here and thrift. The next time that y'all are visiting like Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Knoxville, this is the place to go. So, had this shirt from Carm, and this skirt is also from Carm. It's a really interesting material, and it's got like basketball type knit shorts underneath, and it's got pockets too. So super duper comfortable for a park day. And I just tucked in my shirt because I'm a millennial and I don't know what else to do with shirts. So I tucked it in a little bit. I'm wearing those black shoes like I showed you because the blue ones do not match at all. And then if I'm going to wear ears, I might wear the blue ones, but honestly, I don't really have a pair that matches with this outfit. So maybe that means I'm going without ears. Maybe that means that I'll buy some new ones. We'll see. Stay tuned to find out. And this is my last outfit. So this is for the Friday that I'm going to do Little Words Project and make like a cute little bracelet. And I'm also going to Old Key West to Olivia's to eat brunch. So I just figured this would be a cute outfit for the day. We're also going to be spending some time at the pool. So I just thought that it fit the vibes of just like pool day, brunch, a little multi-purpose dress. So I just got this at Old Navy. It goes down to like midi length. There's not really a good way to show you all that. And then for shoes, I'm just going to be wearing like whatever tennis shoes that I haven't just worn the crap out of all week. Then I've got this other shirt that I might put on over this just to make it a little bit more Mickey Mouse themed. So here's this Mickey shirt. I won't put the ears back on again, but you know, I just got it at a thrift store at Goodwill, I think. And then it just helps to dress down the outfit. So I might be wearing it this way. I might be wearing it without the Mickey Mouse t-shirt. So we'll see what we're feeling that day. Otherwise, I've got one more outfit technically, I guess, besides my pajamas. And that is just like lounging around the pool outfit, just workout outfit if I decide to work out while I'm down there, which I very well might. So I'll show you that real quick. I don't think you care too much. This to me just gives like Billie Eilish energy, you know, when she was wearing the baggy clothes and she was like, "Don't objectify me." Love that. But anyways, this shirt is the Park Bear oversized tee in pink from Subtle Dust. It's that same kind of bear that I showed you earlier that I'm going to put on my bag. But anyways, I'm just wearing like literally a pair of men's shorts from Sierra, and they are the most comfortable things ever, and they've got pockets that are super deep. So take that, patriarchy. But I'm probably just going to be wearing this to like pool, workout, lounge around in the room maybe. But in terms of pajamas, I usually wear like an oversized t-shirt, like stolen from my boyfriend. And then I've got this pair of Steel Vengeance pajama pants. That used to be my favorite coaster. And it's super awesome. If you haven't already been there, you should check out Cedar Point. But that's pretty much the outfits that I'm bringing. Obviously, I'm bringing, you know, all of the assorted underclothes and bringing a couple of swimsuits maybe. I might just bring one. We'll see. And then I am going to throw up a packing list of some other things that I might have missed somewhere along here. And then let me show you what I've been reading too. Maybe you care, maybe you don't, but if you do, just stick around. So a little while ago, I just finished Hannah Grace's Holiday Ever After. She's the one who wrote the Maple Hills Icebreaker series, so I really enjoyed it. It seems a little bit different than some of her other books. It's probably a little less spicy. And, you know, it was good. I really like Emily Henry, and I'm trying to read through a lot of her stuff right now. Right now in the living room, I've got Great Big Beautiful Life, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm probably like a quarter of the way through. But that leaves me just in time to start this book while I'm on vacation. Emily Henry's People We Meet on Vacation. So if y'all don't know, this has turned into a Netflix movie. So I'm really excited while I'm down there to get to read People We Meet on Vacation. And then when I get back, I can just kind of have like a little movie marathon following the book. But I wanted to read the book first because the book is always better than the movie. Y'all know book lovers. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of Emily Henry left to read, so we'll just see what we get into after that. If you enjoy hearing about my other hobbies besides roller coasters and theme parks, let me know, and I would love to shoot some lifestyle stuff, especially when I am in the off season. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Future Raven because Future Raven is going to book our lightning lanes and tell us what lightning lanes that we're getting for our trip. And then she'll probably go ahead and close out the vlog for us. I hope y'all have been enjoying this, and let's pop it over to Future Raven. Hello there. It is currently a little past 7 a.m. here. The lighting might be a little different than usual. And I just wanted to share with you my lightning lane selections. It's 7 days out currently, and I'm just kind of in that in-between time between waking up for my lightning lanes and about to log on for work. So I just wanted to share those super quick. I'm probably going to pop them up right here, but I'm filming on my phone, so let me look at my notes. For February 9th, that is when I'm going to Epcot. It's a Monday, And I have us booked out afternoon lightning lanes because we're going to start the day at Islands of Adventure and then head over, have some late breakfast at the Riviera, I think, and then we'll head into the park from International Gateway since we are staying at the Riviera. But anyways, at 12:30, I've got Soarin'. 1:05, I have a single pass for Guardians. 1:20, I've got Spaceship Earth, and then 4:40, I've got Test Track. So I kind of built in a little bit of time in between to check out Festival of the Arts stuff, walk around, see some performances, maybe ride some different rides once a couple have been selected, and just have a great day there. I don't have anything planned for that Tuesday, February 10th. Again, it's not a park day, just a resort day. And, we'll just see what we get into based on the weather, the crowd, the vibes, all that stuff. And then February 11th is a Wednesday, and we're going to be at Magic Kingdom. At 9:55, I've got us booked on Jungle Cruise. At 10:55, Haunted Mansion. I've got a single pass for Tron at 11:40. And then 12:15, I've got the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So I've got a nice little spread there. I figured I would start the morning by rope dropping Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, everything going to plan, and then hopefully trying to get Peter Pan's flight during that time too. I mean, we'll see. If I show up super early, that should be attainable, but we'll see how I feel about waking up that early when it gets to be that time. And then we'll be over in Adventureland for a little bit, and then I tried to book out the stuff that was closer to Tomorrowland together. So I'm kind of trying to do it by section, and I feel like it's a lot easier to do it like that for Disney World versus Disneyland, where you just have to do one lightning lane every now and then, and it's an annoying system, I think. I'm really excited to be using Disney World Lightning Lane instead of Disneyland because I have not honestly had the best experience using Disneyland Lightning Lane. But anyways, February 12th is a Thursday, and we're going to be at Hollywood Studios together. And at 9:30, I have Rock and Roller Coaster. At 10:10, I have Tower of Terror. And 11:20, I have Toy Story Mania, though I might end up moving that back because I don't really want to dart all the way across the park that quick. And I know that I will want to check out the Villain show, and that's back by Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. So I don't want to get in my own way there. I might push that Toy Story Mania back a little bit, but we'll see. I might think about it and change it beforehand. I might change it day of, but whatever, go with the flow. I didn't end up buying a single pass for Rise because it does have a single rider line. And you might be thinking, hey Raven, doesn't Rock and Roller Coaster have a single rider line? Yes, but it's slow as heck. So you might not want to be doing that. But anyways, February 13th, again, this is not a park day, it's my travel home day. But we do have 2 reservations, and one is 11 a.m. I'm doing a Little Birds Project bracelet. I'm very excited. I've seen a lot of people do them, and I'm kind of debating between a couple different designs. So you'll just have to check out the vlog. It'll be coming up on the channel to see what design we pick, what we decide to make. And then at 12:10, we're gonna leave from Disney Springs and take the boat over to Old Key West for Olivia's brunch. And I'm very excited for this. I've heard a lot of good things, and I'm a big brunch person. So that's that. We're gonna fill in the time in between with a bunch of different rides, some pool time, some resort time. This is just kind of like my little relaxing solo vacation. And I do move a little faster than the average bear at theme parks because I'm there all the dang time. But my goal with this trip is to build in rest time and take it slow in moments. And I feel like lightning lanes can really help with that. So hopefully all those will be able to help, and I'll keep getting good selections throughout the day. But stay tuned for more. I am so happy that you all are coming along on this journey with me. I love going on a solo trip every winter and escaping the snow. It is literally snowing right now. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I am so excited to take you all along with me. Tune in next Friday and I will be sharing my first video, which will probably include some components of my travel night, waking up the next morning, and Islands of Adventure. I don't know if it's going to include Epcot, but we'll see how we break it all out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, Coaster People, and I will see you next Friday in Florida. Bye.